One of the really cool things about Security Breach was that the animatronics decided to go for a completely different style. Usually the look for the animatronics was the same but slightly different, but the animatronics for this game decided to take influence from the Rockstar animatronics from FNAF 6 and went full Glamrock 80s. So we decided to talk about animatronics that we would like to see also get this Glamrock makeover. So I think the first one that we can all agree upon is Glamrock Bonnie. Bonnie was mentioned in Security Breach and is confirmed to exist through Freddy and the fact that there's Bonnie bowling, but we never actually get to see Glamrock Bonnie himself. Unfortunately, it's suggested that both Monty and William Afton have pieces of Bonnie in them, that being the hands for Monty and the whole rest of him for William Afton, Burn Trap, whatever you want to call him. So we only get to see what might be pieces of Bonnie rather than the whole of him. But that didn't stop the fans from trying to figure out what Glamrock Bonnie would look like. And for the most part, everyone has like a very certain version of him in their head. So like there isn't a lot of different Glamrock Bonnies to pick between. There's basically two versions. Some people say that he would look more like Toy Bonnie from FNAF 2, and then most people agree that he would just look like Freddy. And the one that looks like Freddy is honestly the one that I prefer because he fits in better next to Freddy. And the thing that's confirmed by Freddy is that like Bonnie was a really close friend to him. So to me it makes sense for him to be similar looking and build to Freddy, seeing how they are supposed to be best buddies. I really love the star glasses, because I personally believe that the star glasses belong to Bonnie because we saw child art of Bonnie wearing those glasses in the game, and I think Monty literally picked the glasses off of his body and put them on as a trophy to show that he smashed Bonnie. So I love that the glasses are a part of him. I love the stars all over him, yet again referencing the drawing, and I just really love how he transitioned over to this Glamrock 80s look. How do you feel though about Bonnie's design? How do you think he should look like though, Luminous?
I definitely think he should look like the one you were describing, because I think it just fits in the best with the rest of the aesthetic and everyone else that we've seen, and from how he's been depicted. It just really feels like if he was to get a fucking Glamrock form, he would look something like that, something very close to that, and I definitely agree that he should have the star glasses.
Okay, so I guess now away from Bonnie, and let's go on to our next choice. That would be Foxy. In this game, they decided to replace Foxy with the newcomer Roxy Wolf. And I like Roxy to a degree, but she's no Foxy. And we see Foxy throughout the whole pizzeria via the Pirates Cove and the movie posters. So let's talk about what we would want a Glamrock Foxy to be like. First of all, for me, I would prefer my Glamrock Foxy to look really similar to Roxy. I want that long Glamrock hairstyle look to him. Like, the big thing that these guys take their looks from is hair metal. So I think him having long rocker hair fits him. I think it looks really good on him, and I think that this design for Foxy is my preferred look. I love him having a star eye patch to kind of go with Bonnie's star glasses. I love the golden hook, and I love the really buff look for the men animatronics, and then a sleeker look for the female animatronics. So I think that he should look more like our hypothetical Bonnie and Freddy appearance-wise, and I still love the star iconography on them. It really kind of calls back to the Rockstar animatronics that they're kind of based off of. So I say lean in on the hair metal, lean in on the 80s hair rock, and go all out with this Foxy design and keep him looking like the other Glamrock animatronics. My Foxy is pretty simple when it comes to design and is heavily based off of Roxy. But how do you feel Glamrock Foxy should look like?
I think Glamrock Foxy should look more like Foxy and less like Roxanne. Because Roxy's a fucking loser and I don't like her. And her design just does not fit in with the rest. Like, it doesn't fit in with Bonnie, Chica, or Freddy. So I think Glamrock Foxy should. He should have a simpler design, have a bit of the pirate aesthetic, but also, if he's going to be a part of the band, he should look more like he's a part of the band. But I'm also okay with him not being a part of the band and fucking Roxanne still being there, and him instead having his own little stage, much like how Bonnie does in Bonnie Bowl, and being more of a pirate in Pirate's Cove, which we know exists. He has a movie, he doesn't get to be included, which is super lame.
And lastly, I think the one that should be added in is the puppet. Now, for some people, they would say that the puppet should be full glam rock like the other ones and be buff and bulky. I don't agree with that. I think that the puppet, and I think you will agree with me on this, the puppet should look more like the Sun and Moon guys. The Sun and Moon guys are off on their own little thing. They're a part of the daycare. I don't think the puppet should be part of the daycare. I think the puppet should be specifically for the prize corner, which we still see. There's still a merch shop. So I think the puppet should be in charge of the merch shop, and I think that he should look more like those two in appearance. Less bulky, less intimidating looking, more small and friendly for the children. That's what my ideal Glamrock puppet would look like. But what do you think for Glamrock puppet?
You know, I didn't think about putting him in charge of the prize counter, but that could totally work, seeing how that's how he was originally in the game he was introduced in the second game. Although, I still think he could work as a security puppet in the daycare. Since he's watching over a bunch of little kids, he could help keep Sun and Moon in charge of all of them, because I imagine there would probably be a lot of kids. I think putting him behind the prize counter could work just as well if they were going to add him, which I think you could easily add him into this game. Maybe he's not necessarily a threat, but he could still be there.
I can kind of agree with him being in the daycare solely because the Sun and Moon are already modeled after a puppet, and they have like strings hoisting them up and they move around with strings. And the Sun and Moon might actually be this game's version of the puppet. Not confirmed, just kind of implied. So I think him hanging out with them would be fine, but I still prefer him being at the prize counter because that's kind of like his main thing. But yeah, that was our opinions on possible hypothetical Glamrock animatronics. The link to the artist who made these will be in the description below. I'm really glad that more people than just us want more Glamrock animatronics, and maybe some of these animatronics will be featured in the Security Breach DLC. I doubt it, but maybe. Or hell, maybe they'll get in a book. So yeah, tell us some Glamrock animatronics you'd like to see in the comment section below if we missed any.